Okay, this is a quick intro of what I've been finding out. So I'm having a hard time. I have to mute the microphone and the video part in order to hear from the MacBook Air speakers, okay, when I'm playing video and stuff. So that's why I'm wearing the headphones. There's a little incompatibility where you have to do it from the or from the Streamer X pad than it is from, I say, from the controls on the Mac. So there's some bugs or whatever. They'll probably fix it with the, I did get the latest firmware update. But anyway, the other thing is I have to go into, I also want to compare. So you hear a little echo right now. What that is the camera speaker on the ZFC is on. So it's using the Elgato Camlink 4K. And, but even if I'm using this Rode podcast mic or XLR, you're hearing an echo. I had to turn off the volume on the ZV-1 Mark II because I was getting that echo. So I'm going to have to do the same thing here. So this is the webcam at 1080. I'm running at 4K 30. This is the ZV-1 Mark II. Now it looks dark, doesn't it? Somehow when I change it to that, it looks dark. And it could be the monitor light, whatever, I don't know. So it looks good now. That's because my page just changed. But if I go to this camera, this is what I'm going to have to do. And I think, let's see here, I think it's that one. No, it's this one. And it's not showing me the menu. Interesting. I'm on camera. I'll be darn. Okay. Oh, let me do this. That's interesting. Okay, here we go. Microphone off. Menu. Come on. Okay. Now you don't hear an echo. Hopefully. Hopefully you don't hear an echo. Yeah. So that's the one thing I found out is that you got to turn off the camera sound on the echo. Let me do that a little bit. I can't see the LCD screen because the thing that I'm holding the cameras up, I could do something like this. Let me try this. Okay, move this a little bit like that. Put it a little bit like this. Okay, now I'll be right back. Okay, so I now have a setup where the cameras are pretty high. So this is ZV-1 Mark II. I don't know if I'm in focus or not. It doesn't look like I'm in focus, right? It should come on shortly. There it goes. So, am I in focus? Um, it's very crisp. You can hear pin drop with this microphone, okay? That's why I think some people get the program called Crisp to remove background noise. That's the only thing I don't like about this. But also the fact that I can't run the microphone or the MacBook Air microphone same time as the streamer. I have to disable this, like right here, which I'm going to do right now. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. So now it's working, all right? And I would have to disable the microphone also because it also has an echo when I put it on the Streamer X. So let me show you what's going on. Ecamm Live used to, when you change it, it automatically switched to whatever your settings you were. But now I have another step where I have to go, and I'll show you. I go into the live demo mode. So you can see my setup, all right? This is where the chats are if I go live streaming. Right here I have the MacBook Air microphone. And up here, this is Ecamm Live app audio, all right? So that's the output. Now, if I do the M1 MacBook Air speakers, yeah, I can't hear it, all right? So, and then if I do the Streamer X, for the output, I don't hear it, okay? So, if I do the Ecamm Live output, and that's on the, let's see, so if I go here, there's the input, MacBook Air microphone, okay? If I go to output, it's on virtual, okay? So let's put MacBook Air speakers. I don't hear it. If I put it on the USB, there's an error, okay? And if I turn on a microphone, okay, I can hear my voice, but I'll bet you anything it's not recording to the MacBook Air microphone. So let's find out, okay? So the input is MacBook Air microphone. Let's see if it changes. So I'm going to scroll down here, and I'm going to go to Streamer X. Testing 1, 2, 3. All right, do you hear an echo? Now, notice the MacBook Air microphone right there? Let me go to the main. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. But I bet you, see cam link, there's nothing. But on the microphone, it is, for the MacBook Air. So MacBook Air, and this is the Streamer X with the Rode podcast mic. Okay, so let me show you something else. If I go to the output or input, I have to do this. It's kind of like muting it, okay? So I'm at the Stream X. so I can see my voice. Okay. So what I want to stress is there are some bugs in this program. The 4K is fantastic. This is the Streamer X. All right. And then if I go to this camera, the ZFC, this is the Cam Live. Where's the Streamer X? Nope. Yep. Okay. So this is the ZFC. And it looks kind of dark, doesn't it? And it just might be my laptop. All right. The laptop's been doing some really weird things. Go over here. There's the ZV-1 Mark II. So if I'm looking at this, right? Okay. So it's kind of like on the mirror effect when I'm looking at the screen. Okay? But you can see the way I got it, you can read everything correctly. That's why I have it. So when I move to the right, my screen goes to the left, as you can see. And then if I move to the CFC, just ignore that. Let's see if I can move the camera a little bit. So I see it's the same thing. So here's my left. And there's my right. Okay? And you can read a road. That's the way I have this camera set up. It's not on a mirror effect. It's so you can read it. I just have to get used to looking at it. And the only other thing is I'll turn this off because it's showing me I'm still in live demo mode. So now you see a full screen. And I can go to the webcam. And this is at 1080. I can bring it up a little bit. Okay. How do I look? You can tell the difference, all right? So this is a 4K ZFC. And I can do that too. I can do it like this. Then I can move me center a little bit. Okay? That's 4K 30. And then, if I go to the ZV-1 Mark II, I really can't, I mean, I can, but then it starts messing up the settings, and then I have to go into, so right now I'm at 18 millimeters, okay? And if I go like this, I can zoom, all right, and then I just bring it back down. So with a 1-inch sensor, can you tell the difference? I don't think so. All right. So that's 1-inch sensor. This is an APS-C, and I can do this. I can make it a little bright. And yeah. Okay. Kind of match it a little bit. But you see, this is an APS-C, which is bigger than Micro Four Thirds, which that camera is bigger than this 1-inch sensor right here at 4K 30, or this 1-inch sensor here, which only can do 1080p. That's the difference. So I'm figuring out the controls on the microphone, and I got my headphones in. That's the only thing I don't like is I might get some speakers, so I can. But then you have to worry about the re-echoing on the microphone. They do have an input where I can get headphones with a mic, and I see Simon from the Ordinary Filmmaker do that all the time. That way, he just uses it, and then he can use different sounds. So I can press this. Wake up, Norm. And then if I hit the upper button.
Oh boy, sounds crazy, doesn't it? Wow. Let's change cameras. Let's go from the Streamer X, which is the ZV-1 Mark II, and you can hear my click. That's the only other thing I hate. If I put a hand down, you can hear the clapping too. I don't need a sound machine. I can just do like that and drive you crazy. So now, so I'll go back to StreamX.
Press that, get back to normal. Go to the next one. Now, I like this button right here. So if I have to do something, put a little screen, say I'll be right back, and then I'll play that. That sounds great. Thank you. I think that's a great idea. Yeah, wonderful. Or I can play a little music. I can press it again to stop it too. And you're welcome. So I like the streaming aspect. I don't like the podcast too much. I can disable the mic and go to the MacBook Air, which I'm going to do right now. Now you can hear me. So see, that's what I have to do. If I leave it on like this, okay, and if I put it from the microphone to the streamer, it's now on. I can hear myself, even if it's on the MacBook Air, but I bet you're hearing an echo. So you can see this, the Streamer X main is going. This is the HDMI, so it's a different pitch. I think it's I don't know if it's echoey or whatever. This might be a little bit more echoey. Echoey, I don't know. But it's different. There's nothing with the cam link because they turn off the sound on the camera. And then the MacBook Air microphone built in, but I bet you it's echoing right now. So this is what I have to do. Turn that off. I can go to the HDMI, and this is the main.
Did it change? No. No.
So that's what I found out. So part 3 of all this, I am figuring out that there's one square on each window that I can load stuff into, you know, a different sound or something like that, okay? And it's programmable. But I haven't gotten to that part yet. I did download the software, and they're not very good. You can use this with OBS. I'm using this with Ecamm Live. So if I take it out of live demo, this is just to show you what I have to do in order to get everything going. And when you start setting up for your live stream or whatever, you got to get everything going. Unless someone in the comments says, hey, you know, your mic's not working. I don't hear anything. Well, I can see the volume and stuff. I know what it's on. I know what I have to do is I have to turn off the MacBook Air internal speakers. I learned that on Restream with the iMac. So when I was on AP Studios on the panel, I was getting that echo. Then I realized I had to go into Restream for the configuration settings to put it on the right microphone, because I had it on the internal microphone. Woody Mallory, shout out to him. Hey, your voice is too soft, and I knew something was wrong. And then when I fixed it, then the mic picked me up, the right one, the Blue Yeti. But I was thinking of using this, okay, in the bedroom, in my lazy boy chair. And that way, I could have a camera set up, maybe 2, all right, with the laptop, and communicate with you. So how do I look? Right now, this is the webcam. So if I go to this one, see, I look a little pink, right? Yeah, I can do this, you know, with a gamma. Or I can just make it like this. See, it looks dark. And yeah, it's at 2.8. I can't do anything about it. The ISO is on auto. So I look good on the LCD screens, all right? It's almost matching the colors. The laptop is doing something different. And so I can't wait to watch this video when I'm done to see how it looks, because it looks dark, okay? And it could be my screen, you know, the display screen, whatever, showing a dark picture. And so what I'm looking at is fooling me. But I don't trust the LCD screens either. So, you know, what can you do? So then I'm going to go to the ZV-1 Mark II. And I can zoom it a little bit. So I look a little bit more yellow with the Sony, and I look a little bit more magenta with the ZFC, okay? And they're both on neutral. I think picture profile on 3. I did have it on 10, but then I looked white on the ZV-1. So that was really neutral. And then you on picture profile 10, I think you have to upload a LUT. I don't like LUTs because they bring in a lot of noise and stuff. So I don't want to do some extra post processing. I just want to end the recording, send it up as is. That way I can show you my mistakes and stuff like that. So if you like this video, please give me a like, subscribe. Any questions, just write in the comments below. This little thing right here, I took it apart. They had no instructions on, you know, if it was all taken apart. So I figured it out. And what happened was the cable, they want to go through there. In order to get the cable through, I had to take this part off, and a whole bunch of stuff just came apart. So I figured out how to put it back on, and it was a hassle, but I got the cable going through the right way. There you go. And it goes on the outline, and there's little brackets right there. And I like the covers because it kind of hides the open space. And the only other thing is, so what I'm going to have to do, so you can hear me. That's another test you do, how good the speaker is. And when I can hear my dog in the other room coughing or barking or something like that, the mic picks it up. So that's one thing you should know, is it will pick up little sounds. On the tapping part, that works with any microphone that's connected to the table, okay? So you have to learn to not move your hands like a Greek or an Italian or a Latin. You know, the thing of it, as Americans, and we use our hands too, don't we? Oh, well. Anyway, so where was I? Oh, yeah, on the ZFC. So just remember, stay safe, keep smiling. Until next time, goodbye. And I'm going to put an ending on this one. Closing.